What up, Super Mario here. Today we're going to play NBA 2K19's MyGM The Saga Continues story mode. So right now what you're seeing on the screen is the rules that I've set in place to set up the entire experience. Just wanted to encourage a little bit of transparency there. This story is incredibly long. In fact, it's the longest story ever, easily, in the entire series. So I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm going to give you the TLDR, too long didn't read version. But if you insist on watching the entire thing, I actually have a live stream that I did of this playthrough and throughout the first season. I'm going to link it up in the upper right hand corner so you guys can check that out at your leisure. So for the time being, we're going to get right into the story as soon as I finish going through all the rules here for you guys. And make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll be making a sequel to this video, but this video will be predominantly the story leading up to the inaugural off-season. So basically you start the story with two people in a boat talking about how they got to this point. What is this? Am I playing basketball or Rapala's fishing frenzy? Then you get to the mode intro. By the way, nice water animation. The background is okay. It looks like something Bob Ross paints when he's drunk. And immediately you're given a few options to go through. What's wrong with this? Can't you just import the mode from last year's edition? Now that leads us to the next decision, which is which team is going to go to Seattle based on Bob's intentions. Well, if you're informed about the NBA, you should know that Sacramento was pretty close to moving to Seattle, so I think we're going to go with Sacramento in this case. So the next cutscene hits and you're introduced to Bob Sanderson, who was part of last year's MyGM mode. Who is Bob Sanderson anyway? I looked it up online and I found that he was an actor. I mean, come on 2K, who are you fooling here? This is the age of information. We know who owns the teams. It's the age of information. We can find out very quickly on our phones who owns the Chicago Bulls, who owns the Houston Rockets. And I wouldn't have that big of a problem with this mode if you actually kept it real. So anyhow, basically you and Sanderson and this new guy, Tex Towers, are talking about the future of your expansion team. Is there any way to not get an expansion team? Can I not stick with the original team that I was assigned to? I'd love to have that option. And I'd love to know what your options are, so if you've played this mode already and if you've succeeded with it, I'd love to know in the comments section down below what you did with this team. And another thing, this guy's name is Tex Towers? How stereotypical. It sounds like a frickin' porno movie. And what's up with Tex Towers, as a matter of fact? He looks like a crossover between Yosemite Sam from the Looney Tunes and the Rich Texan from The Simpsons. Moving along. So basically you go out to lunch with Tex Towers and he gives you the format on what he wants to do with this team, where he'd like to be located and what his main goal is, which is money. And by the way, does my character really look like this? Why can't you just import your My Player from your career into this mode? Why do I have to select the default face that my character selected? You know, I wish I had that kind of hair, but I don't. I'm bald. I would love to be able to customize. I would love to be able to choose what suits that you can unlock. That would be great. And I don't want to have to pay VC to do that either. Anyhow, moving along. So next you get a press conference with the Sandersons, and they're excited to announce that you're going to be expanding the NBA into your own team, wherever you want to go. And you have to select another option here. So now we're in the limousine after the press conference, and it seems like a no-brainer to me, basically, is what you're going to have to reply, at least in my scenario. And now you're going to talk about the 2K Combine. You can actually play through this mode, but you don't necessarily have to, so I just select the quit option. And now you have to assign your coaching staff, your CFO, your trainer, your scout, and all of that. So you go and meet these people who are, again, not affiliated in any way whatsoever with the NBA. These are just randomly generated characters. What's up with this guy? He looks like Fred Durst. And then Andrew Sanderson tells you about this guy who is a marketing guru, and then you go over to the guru and he gives you a riddle. I instantaneously knew that the answer was 3. This is an old math problem then. It's centuries old, as a matter of fact. It's agony. At this point, it's 2.5 hours in. I'm reading everything like a book. It's like reading Stephen King's The Stand. Except not as well written. And then you have a leak. A leak that occurs within your organization, allegedly. Text chews you out. A reporter's asking you for some comments. So of course, since Text chews you out, he says you have to fix this. So you call a press conference. I don't know what option to pick. I'll just pick this option right here. So then we go to the Hall of Fame ceremony, but we're going to stop the video there. And I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what we got up until this point. So make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we'll catch you for episode 2 next week, same time, same channel. Take care in the meantime. Love ya. Bye.
Pocket full of grams, the same color of can milk. Angle on life, swear the same way the can tilt. Can't judge a lane by the way a man's built. Everything trash is downhill on the landfill. Still remember how that first 100 grand felt. 8-ball snooker on 100 grand felt. ATL a team never took a